So, have you ever experienced what it's like to be in flow, to where you are doing the things that you want to do and there's no resistance? Imagine that you need to go and write an email. How long does it take to go and do this email? How many words can you type a minute? That's how long it could take. If your email is 60 words and you can type 60 words a minute, then that email should take 1 minute. If you need to go ahead and have a conversation with somebody and that conversation only needs to be 10 minutes, then you can go and call this person up and you can be done in 10 minutes. What happens when we're not in flow? When we're not in flow, what actually is happening is that we get in the way. We have thoughts in our head that is doubting what we need to do. We have thoughts in our head that is distracting us what we need to do. We have thoughts in our head tells us that maybe we should do something else at this moment, that maybe something else is more important. But inside, we already know what's our priority for the day. You already know when you woke up this morning what you need to get done. When we are out of flow, this is what happens. We create resistance in front of us that doesn't actually exist. And when this happens to people, people will make up excuses on why this resistance is valid. When we're in a state of flow, what happens is we focus on the action that needs to be done, and we are effortlessly doing it. And when we are effortlessly doing this, this doesn't mean that we don't put in a lot of work. It doesn't mean that something is easy. If we are new at doing something, or if this task is really difficult, it's going to feel hard. But you don't have any extra resistance coming from yourself. You're not stopping yourself from doing what you need to do. So whether it's hard or whether it's easy, you are continuously moving forward. This is what it's like to be in flow. When your mind is only focused on what needs to be done, and your focus is not on distractions, it's not on all of the obstacles, it's not on the what ifs, it's not on doubting that maybe you should do this or doubting your capabilities. When we're in flow, we are constantly moving forward. And when we are moving forward towards our goal, a lot of times we don't move forward straight. In real life, we may do this. We may curve and go to the side. But nothing is wrong with doing this. When we are not in flow, we end up staying right where we're at. We find ourselves getting stuck. You know what you need to do, but you can't seem to get yourself to do it. You know what you need to do, but you can't get yourself to do something consistently. You find yourself stopping, you can't feel motivated, you find procrastinations, and then you just tell yourself, maybe because I'm lazy or because I'm procrastinating. The real reason is that you're not in a state of flow. So a state of flow is when we are focused on a task at hand, whatever that task is, when our mind is very, very present, and the only thing that's occupying our mind is what needs to be done and all the information that is necessary to complete something, whatever that something is. There needs to be an objective. And if we are in a state to where we are just relaxing, then our mind is occupying nothing. Therefore, we are now just aware of everything. When we are out of flow, our mind is thinking about things that doesn't need to be thought of, creating problems that don't exist, creating distractions, creating excuses, doubting ourselves. All of these things happen because the perspective that our mind is operating in is influenced by the emotion that's in the body. When we're in flow, the emotion in the body is ease. There's a state of calmness. Doesn't mean that you don't have a lot of energy. You can have a lot of energy, but you feel centered, you feel balanced. When you are out of flow, this is because there's some type of emotion that is disturbing your center of balance on the inside. And now your mind is out of flow and your mind starts to get distracted. This is where the doubt can come in. When you're in flow, there is no doubt. Doubt doesn't enter because your state of mind doesn't access that. You see, your state of mind is so focused and so present on what you need to do and all the information that you need to gather or to access to do it that you aren't paying attention to anything else. If you look up the definition of flow state, it will describe something very, very similar to what I'm talking about. One of the things that you'll find is that you lose sense of self. There's no self-awareness. Why is that so significant? Why is that so significant that there's no self-awareness? Because when we have self-awareness, what happens is that we are aware of ourself doing something. The moment that we are aware of ourself, now there is a openness for problems. There is an openness for my opinion, my dislike, my preference, versus just what is actually going on in front of us and what needs to be done. You see, I can get in the way because I now exist in my mind. Now, this may sound kind of complex when we think about it. What do you mean you? Aren't you the one doing it and now you're saying you're not aware of yourself? When you're in flow, that means you're completely present. You're not in your head because your attention is in the present moment. And when you're thinking about what to do, there's only what needs to be done. There is no you in your mind thinking about what needs to be done. There is just what needs to be done. These are characteristics of flow. And you've all accessed this before. We've all accessed this at different times in our life. But the question is how to be able to access this every day. How to be able to access this so you can increase your work performance, so you can get more done, so you can go ahead and pursue the things you want to pursue. And the key to doing this is to go ahead and get your emotions, your feelings in your body to be at ease and balanced, and to be able to train your mind to have the ability to hold attention. These two things work hand in hand. When you're able to develop that, you access flow. When you look up flow, another thing that you may find is that many people experience it with extreme activities, with activities that they really, really, really love. But the fact is, you don't have to trigger flow in that way. Flow is something that can happen that you can actually create yourself by getting your emotions to be completely balanced and learning how to have attention in your mind, how to be able to control your attention. This level of mastery over mind and over body takes practice. It's not something that we can just decide on and suddenly we do it. It takes practice. But think about what you're able to accomplish. Think about the version of yourself that you can now become when you can do this. So I hope this video shines a little light on what flow actually is, why it's important. If you have more comments and questions about this, please put it in the video below and let me know, and I'd love to make more videos on this. This state is one of the high states that you can get in where you can perform at your best. And so I'd love for everybody to be able to experience this, because everything in your life will unfold in ways that you may have never thought possible. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe, hit the notification button, and I'll see you next time.